whether it be a wicking tub, an earth box like these, just a typical container you'd have on your patio. This method of fertilization would be great for any of those things. So let's get started. So as you can see, these peppers are looking kind of anemic. They need a little more dark green in them, and to get that, they need to eat. And you know, we do too. We like to eat. So do your vegetables. So this is going to be an early fall, late summer, early fall feeding, but it's something that could be done anytime, all summer long. It's something that could be done on your containers or in the ground all through the growing season. It depends on how heavily you fertilized them when you planted them. And with these are earth boxes. With earth boxes, you fertilize pretty heavy, but the fertilizer in the earth box only lasts for what they call, quote, a season, unquote, which is not all year long. A season is probably 3 months, something like that, to, you know, the typical time it takes to for a crop to reach its harvest, to be harvested, and then in most cases die. Well, peppers don't die typically if you take care of them. Peppers don't die until the first frost, and so, you know, for that reason they'll keep going. Now we got a frost in about a month and a half, a little over a month maybe. Actually, maybe almost closer to 2 months. Hopefully, the average frost. So I feel like I can really get a lot more peppers off these. Now I'm still getting a bunch of peppers, but they have gotten a lot smaller, and it's because I hadn't been feeding them. So that's what we're going to do today. I want to show you how I do it in containers, not just earth boxes. So don't be turned off if you know, because you're looking at earth boxes, because I'm going to show you on just a typical round container that I have some peppers in on our back deck. So this method of fertilization is good on just about any container, whether it be a wicking tub, an earth box like these, just a typical container you'd have on your patio, one of these attractive containers. This method of fertilization would be great for any of those things. So let's get started. So I'm fertilizing them with coffee. No, not really. I'm not fertilizing with the coffee. Don't turn off the video right now. This is 10-20-10. I've got some triple 13. I just want to use up my 10-20-10, although I also want to get blooms, want to get fruit, and the middle number, the phosphorus, the 20, will help achieve that probably more so than a balanced, like a triple 13, 10-10-10, something like that. So on earth boxes, it's a little bit more difficult because, first of all, there's 6 plants in this earth box. 1, 2, 3 on the front, 1, 2, 3 on the back. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my trusty, I've had this 20 years probably, Miracle Grow scoop. It's a 1.5 tablespoons. So what I'm going to do is put 1.5 tablespoons of this 10-20-10 in about 4 places. In the middle, that's where you fertilize an earth box if you're planting on both sides, is in the middle. So I'm going to take the Hori Hori, and I'm going, and this is kind of tight because there's so much vegetation in here, but I'm going to take the Hori Hori, and I don't want to break a bunch of limbs doing this, tear a bunch of stuff up. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to dig down till I see soil, potting mix, and then I'm going to just kind of cut a groove, go back and forth, and make a hole. And I'm going to put about 1.5 tablespoons of the 10-20-10 in there. I'm going to push it down in there a little bit and cover it back up with the mulch. If you've been watching me for very long, you know that I mulch my earth boxes instead of putting that white cover on them. I found it to be extremely effective in keeping weeds out. Not completely, but, you know, it's not bad at all. So I did that. I'm going to put this in about 4 places here. So again, dig down, kind of give it a good hole there. Put another 1.5 tablespoons down in there. Get down there deep, cover it up, and come over here. Do the same here. And like I say, I'm going to show you on a different container, just a regular patio round container that I've got well, I've got a couple of tomatoes on the patio. So that's a pretty good size hole there. 1.5 tablespoons. Now, why do you do this? A lot of people call it spoon feeding. Plants need to eat regularly, just like we do. Unfortunately, I eat way too regularly, but plants like to eat real regularly, and especially as the initial fertilization starts to wear off. When that starts to wear off, then they don't have anything in there. They're, especially in a container, and that's what we're doing here is containers. Like I say, you can certainly spoon feed if you're in the ground too. In fact, that's an excellent thing to do. But a plant in a container is like a little baby. You've got to, if it's going to get any nutrition, any care, you've got to give it to it. So, you got to give it the water, you got to give it feed, you got to give it everything. It's in a closed environment. You can't expect the roots to go down and tap into some nutrients that are a foot down or 2 foot down or something like that, because it can't. It's in a container. So let's do one more, and then I'll go to the deck and show you one there. Now this particular earth box is not planted quite as densely. So I'll come in here. I've already got a little place dug here, and that's where I pulled up a huge chunk of grass over here on the side. So it's already a nice little hole. Do that, cover that up, do another one here. Try to get out of your camera view here. Do that, pull it just, all I'm doing is pulling the mulch aside and exposing the potting mix. Now if you don't have mulch on it, you don't have to worry about that. All you need to do is just kind of dig out a place to put the fertilizer. And I'll put 1.5 tablespoons in there. Tablespoon would be okay too. I don't think I'm overdoing it. I usually do a tablespoon, but I couldn't find my little farm tablespoon measure, so I'm doing with the Miracle Grow, which is 1.5 tablespoons. So come down in here, get down there. There's fertilizer down there anyway that was put in there 6 months ago or more when I planted these, but it's already spent. It's done. You can't really expect it to do a whole lot. And I can't remember whether these were organic or synthetic. I do not remember. But come over here. On a container, round container is a little bit different, and I'll show you that in just a second. But scoot that back. Put 1.5 tablespoons. And then cover it up. But I'll come back in here and I'll water it in real good. Now, typically on earth boxes and wicking tubs, things like that, you water from down the hole, down the, where I've got this drip irrigation here, down the hole, down the fill tube. But I want to make sure that fertilizer starts to decompose, melt, start doing its goodness. And so I'll water here on top, just a little bit, not a whole lot, and just to melt that fertilizer and get it going good. So we're on our deck right now. This is the step down. It's got 2 different step downs from the actual deck where the camera's set up. And what I'll do, again, just a regular round container you may have on your deck. This one's plastic, but you could certainly have the terracotta or whatever, decorative pots. And I'm just going to do 4. It's been a while since I have fertilized this one. It's still growing decent sized peppers now. It's a Marconi red, and it's got some, some pretty good sized ones on it. But I can see a little yellowing in the leaves, and I just know it's been a long time since I fertilized this one. The other one I'm going to fertilize hasn't been that long, so I may not put quite as much. But what I'll do is do about 4 areas. And there's no mulch in this, so basically just dig on the side, and I'm going to put it on the very side wall here, right here, because I want to keep it away from the roots. So pull the material back. Again, it's been a while since I've done this one, so I'm going to give it a full 1.5 tablespoons. Cover it up. You can do this with your hand. I like the Hori Hori. I'll put a link to that below, and I'm just going to go like 12, 3, 6, and 9, just in 4 places. Put it on the side, and I can see a lot. There's a ton of roots. This plant has. It's not root bound by any sense. This is probably a 3-gallon container, maybe, something like that. But there are a ton of roots in this thing, just as I dig down here, right here on the side. So it really, it should really benefit from this fertilizer. And again, my wife's got a bunch of ornamentals out here. I don't typically grow a lot of ornamentals. My wife does. So 4 places, dug in, get it below the surface, and then cover it back up with the soil. And then you're done. On this one, it was just watered yesterday. Still got water in the bottom. I don't think I will. We're supposed to get some rain the next day or two anyway. So I don't know that I'm going to water this one in like I did the earth boxes. But let's do this other pot over here, little bitty pot. Now I say this is a little bitty pot. It's not a whole lot smaller than the other one. It's 12 inches in diameter probably, 14 inches tall. This is just a nursery pot. Got the holes in the bottom like the nursery pots have, the black nursery pots. And I just planted this, just transplanted this not long ago. This is a heatless habanero, roulette they call it. Roulette heatless habanero. And I just put it in here probably 3 weeks ago maybe, and I fertilized it pretty heavy then, so I'm not going to give it quite as much because as you can see, it looks nice. It looks green, dark green. It really just doesn't look like it needs much. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just telling, and that's one reason I like the Hori Hori. I can just take this Hori Hori in there and just get, maybe a half a tablespoon and do it in there. Now, one thing about spoon feeding, like we're talking about doing, is you can do it every week if you want to, as long as you don't overdo each feeding. And feed these things every week or every 2 weeks. I've done I don't know, only been once or twice I think, and that was in the ground that I did every week, but I've done a lot of it every 2 weeks. So just reach in there and just get a little bit on the knife or in your measuring, whatever. Pull it back. Now this one doesn't have a lot of roots in it yet because like I say, I just transplanted it not long ago. And just put it in there. This is just give it a little something to eat to supplement the fertilizer that I put in there, I don't know, probably about 3 weeks ago. And this should start going crazy. It's getting a little late in the season. I've got, like I say, about a month and a half maybe till the first frost, hopefully. And I'm getting some blooms here. Whether you can see that. There's a little bloom right there. Bloom right there. I'm getting quite a few blooms. So I'm going to start getting some peppers. Really love these heatless habanero. I still bite into them real careful just in case somebody made a mistake on the seed catalog. But really tasty. They don't get big as a habanero doesn't. Maybe bigger than your thumb. Turn orange like they do when they're fully ripe. We usually pick them at green or yellow, but sometimes we'll let them go red. But anyway, after you fertilize, water it in and get that fertilizer start to melt, because that's what it'll do. It'll melt basically, and we'll start giving out its goodness, its nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium that these plants need. I don't expect to see a lot of difference out of this one because it was fertilized recently and because it already looks so good. But the other one over there is kind of drooping, kind of yellow, and it needs it, and especially the ones in the earth boxes. They needed it bad. I should have done that a long time ago, and I'm ashamed of myself that I didn't do it. But I want to come out and show you this because it's something that you can do throughout the year when you're growing vegetables, ornamentals, anything in containers, pots. No matter what kind of pot you're in, you can always do this spoon feeding type fertilization program. Anyway, thought this could help you. Hope it helps you, and I guess we're gone.